How do you feel when you don't get invited to that party? How do you feel when someone cuts you off in the middle of your conversation? How do you feel when you're in the midst of friends and someone just comes into the circle and ignores you? What is the difference between expecting respect from others and giving respect to others? Our rabbis teach us a fundamental difference. The Hebrew word kavod means esteem, respect, and honor. When it comes to expecting respect from others, our rabbis teach us to downplay it, not to expect much from others. This does not mean not to respect yourself. This means not to hold yourself in high esteem and expect others to respect you in such a way where it's highly honorable and respectful. If you do receive this honor and respect, it's a plus, it's a privilege, and it's definitely respectful coming from them. We have to minimize the imagined result, minimize the respect that we expect others to give us. For example, you don't get invited to that party, or you're not seated at the party in the seating arrangement that you hoped for. Not to take it too personally, to downplay it and to think of it as not so, to think of it as not such a big deal, in other words. When it comes to kavod of others, respecting others, our rabbis teach us to think of this responsibility as being tremendous. Think of it with consideration, think of it with importance and sensitivity, and try your best to be extremely sensitive to the feelings and esteem of others. When giving respect to others, it may seem that we're wondering, what can we do? How can we show others respect? I'm going to give you a few ways that seem so insignificant and seem so unimportant, but are so basic that it's just part of basic etiquette when we come to understanding giving respect, kavod, and esteem to others. Example number 1. It's acknowledging the presence of another person. Let's say you called Sarah and Miriam picked up. We don't ignore the person who picked up. The best thing to do is to greet the person who picked up and say, "Hi, Miriam, how are you? How are you doing?" Ask about their welfare. It takes only 20 seconds, but it speaks in such a big way that you just asked for them for how they're doing and their welfare. It makes them feel quite important and unignored. It only takes a few seconds. Another way we can show consideration of others is when two people are talking and you see one, you notice one of them is your friend and you walk over to them, "Hi, how are you?" And you completely ignore the other person. And instead of doing that, we can extend a warm welcome, a warm shalom aleichem, hello, to the other person. "Hi, how are you? My name is such and such. Oh, it's so nice to see you." And extend a warm welcome to both of them, even though you may know one of them. Another way is during a conversation over the phone. When you are talking to someone, when you wish to talk to someone that when you wish to talk to someone, however, you get another phone call. And instead of saying to that person, "Hold on, I have another call," it makes that person seem, you know what, anyone can interrupt us. What I'm about to tell you is quite important, but you just want to satisfy your own curiosity. And it makes the person it may make the person feel small and unimportant. And instead we can say, if we're really expecting an important phone call, we can say at the beginning of the conversation, "I'm expecting an important phone call from a doctor. I'll have to take it." This way the person knows they may be interrupted. And they feel important. We want to make them feel valuable, and we want to be sensitive to others. Instead, if we don't, we're sending the message to the person that, anyone can interrupt you, and I just want to satisfy my curiosity by picking up a different call. Another way is when someone is talking. This is really, really common. When someone is talking and we want to finish someone else's sentences, what message are we sending? The message that we're sending is perhaps, I know this already, and or I'm smarter than you. I can finish it. I know this. You don't know anything that I don't know. That makes the person feel small, and they feel that perhaps they're not so smart. You know it already. So let's give that person a chance to finish their sentences, even though we know what they're going to say. And let us give them that time. That really shows esteem and respect in a small way. Another simple way, this is our last one, is in a social gathering. You're sitting around the table and there's someone you don't know, and they're sitting and they don't have anyone to talk to. Perhaps we could introduce ourselves and everybody at the table and make them feel comfortable and make them feel unignored and important. I hope these were helpful. I was inspired by Avi Shulman's book, Thoughts to Build On. Leah Abramov, Being and Becoming.